Kabuki Quantum Fighter. As you can imagine, it's a pretty silly game. A virus takes over a military computer, so they use an experimental device to send someone into the computer to fix it. That's what that is. And once he's inside, he's this crazy cyber Kabuki-looking dude. The viruses are all robots and ninjas and shit. It's great. So, time starts. I'll do a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Mechanics-wise, it's a pretty simple NES platformer. You've got your melee attack where you whip your hair around. That's always great. And I've got a sub-weapon you saw me use at the very beginning. It's a little pea shooter thing. It kind of sucks right now, but eventually I'll kill some bosses and Mega Man style get new ones. There are these swingers here. They're pretty unique to this game. But there's not a lot to them. You just hold the button, and the longer you hold it, the bigger your swing. Oop. Okay, I gotta play it safe here. This is a bit of a minefield. Beautiful. As you can see, I've got a lot of health, so there's lots of damage boosts. And below my health is sub-weapon ammo. So I'm going to shut up here for this boss because it's hard. Not perfect, but I'll take it. Vorpal found that if you throw in a jump, he'll always do the same pattern, which is great. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory, really. So I thought I would talk a little bit about sort of the history of speedrunning this game. Speed Demos Archive had a sort of little tournament. That's the nervousness there. A little tournament. Oh, I got the cool jump. Nice. They do these little tournaments where you have a week to sort of speedrun a game, and a bunch of people went at it. Tiki won. He's a Mega Man speedrunner, mostly, I think. Thank you, Mouth. He won with a time of 11:01, which was really good. It took me a month to beat the time that he set in a week. And he was using a ROM that... Whoops. That's fine. He was using a version of the ROM where the screen would turn black at certain points, and he just thought that's how the game was, and just beasted it, I guess. So he's great. Anyway, all the speedrunners who've took a crack at it, they all really liked it. They all really wanted to see a speedrun of it, but no one really stuck with it. It kind of stayed that way for a long time. And now I've been into speedruns for a long time. I got into them back when Morimoto's Super Mario Bros. 3 tool-assisted run was making its rounds on the internet. I hate this boss, but I see. I had to guess. I missed him in the middle, so I had to guess which one he was. Oh boy, this is not good. This is easily the worst this has ever gone. Anyway, Morimoto video. I didn't know it was tool assisted at the time. I just thought there was some Japanese dude out there who was real good at Mario. But I was kind of captivated by it. Seeing this game I thought I knew well and thought I was pretty good at, seeing it played at this whole new level was really eye-opening. So I wanted to see more. And I eventually found myself at what would become tasvideos.org and SDA and all that, and so I've been a big fan of speedruns for a number of years now. But I never actually tried doing it myself until very recently. And it's mostly thanks to the guys who do the Sunday Sequence Break, the live video podcast about speedrunning. You should check it out if you're into that sort of thing. A couple of them put together something called the Speed Gaming League. And basically, similar to the tournament, they would invite 4 people, and they give them a game in a week, and they say, a goal, like do the first 2 levels, and everyone practices, and they all get together a week later, and you all kind of race. Well, you have 30 minutes, and you try to lay down the best run you can in 30 minutes. All right, this boss, completely immune while he's all angry, and it's random how long he stays that way. So I screwed up the manipulation. He also has sort of an enraged mode when he's low on health. So that's what he's doing now, and this is going to take a while. But I thought it would be a good way to get into speedrunning. You know, taking a small chunk and just kind of working with that. You know, if everyone else is learning at the same time, so you can kind of work together, and if you're having a problem, you can talk to someone else. Whoops. When you want to bitch about conveyor belts, they're there to listen. And so it was a really great experience. And I wanted it, so I got in, and Kabuki was the game that was chosen. And I knew I was up against some pretty stiff competition. There was Vorpal, as well as 2 people you'll see later in this marathon, the Seawolf and Dragon Dark. And so naturally I was very nervous. So I practiced like crazy. I easily practiced twice as much as anyone else. And it kind of paid off. I did really well, and ended up winning my matches, my races. And that's when I kind of learned that speedrunning is really, it's more about persistence than anything. As long as you have the patience and the motivation to just keep retrying, you eventually learn it. And this boss is a jerk. His AIs literally just walk into you. So I just kind of let him get me up against the wall here, and we both give it to each other. That went all right. So if you're thinking about getting into speedrunning, but you think like, oh, I can't do it, you should give it a try, because you might be surprised at what you can do. Now we're getting into the last few levels here. There are some conveyor belt jumps here. They're random whether or not I make this jump. Just take my word for it. And I got the first one, but not the second one. That's a shame. It looks cool if I do it, and that's the only reason why I tried it. I'm a little concerned about my sub-weapon ammo. I'm a little low, but I think we'll be okay. This is the walk of shame if you fall here. You can see all of these swingers. And this wall right here is why. So you definitely don't want to fall there. And now at the hardest level, it's all upwards, so if you fall, you can fall a long ways, and it sucks. So I'm going to be a little more quiet than usual while I focus. This guy's on a global timer. I think I beat him. Yep. But I missed the drop. Damage boost so I can swing through this guy. I'm tapping down on these swingers to catch them a little earlier. You can press down to sort of cancel your jump, and it's really useful for optimizing your swinging. Coming up here is a cool glitch, or a cool shortcut. I'm going to do it, even though SMK ran this game and at HEDQ last year. Here it is. And he encountered some kind of terrible crash that can happen there. So he rightfully didn't do it at the marathon, but it's never happened to me. So I just kind of go ahead and do it. And one day, I'm sure everything will go wrong, and I'll be super mad. But until then, I have not learned my lesson. But it went okay there, so we're golden. Oh. It's pretty rare that he catches me at just the right time for that to happen. Usually it's he either misses me or it's a boost forwards. Still, not terrible. Not a terrible climb. We got 2 bosses left, and I think I'm gonna have enough ammo and stuff to get through it. So this guy's pretty easy. You just kind of jump up here. 4 hits is ideal. It opens up the possibility to beat him 1 cycle sooner, which I just got. So also this is really easy, but I tend to screw it up a lot. But I got it there. Perfect. I'm actually gonna just play it super safe. What I did there is when you pause it during boss fights, you can turn your health into ammo and vice versa. It's kind of cool. So I'm going into the final boss here. Full health, full ammo. Good reason for that. It's because this boss sucks. He's very random. He moves around. Fighting him normally is a pain. So we're going to cheap him out. We're going to switch to this dynamite. And we're just going to blow him up. We're just going to keep throwing bombs at him. And he's going to take it. That's the first for him. I get some more ammo. And time is going to be coming up after this phase. It should be 6 dynamites unless I screw it up. So let's see. It's also random when he finally opens his eye. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to need 7. Time. And wow. I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, that was great. So that was Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Thank you very much for coming and checking this out. I want to take a moment to thank the guys who put this together. You know, Sven, Bad Breaks, those guys. Thank you very much for putting this together, and thanks for having me. It was a blast and kind of an honor, really. So thank you very much. And
thank you for joining in. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So up next we got Infinite Mystery. We'll be playing Shinobi. It should be good. I'm even though it's 5 in the morning, I'm going to be staying up and checking it out. So hopefully you guys will too. And that's it for me. Cheers.
Thank you, Mythical. So like Mythical was saying, up next, Infinite Mystery is going to be running Shinobi. It's going to be commentated by Frankie Frameskip and myself, the Glory Hog. Once again, give Mythical a follow.